it's a funny one.
I'll click the record button and say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
It's well. You haven't done one of these 2 months?
I've never done one, man. I don't know. I just give you my money and then I don't know where it goes. So
Did we not do one?
I've never done one, and then this is just a funny
we
one.
Did one.
No.
I'll trust you. I trust you believe more than me. Anywho, Iida 2. Hit me with the elevator pitch. What you got going on for this?
All right. So hear me out.
Hearing?
We play indiscriminate shock.
Mhm.
We respond and discard an attack with Iida to
Mhm.
give it 4 speed, and we slap a bunch of damage on it.
Mhm.
And then we play high engine kick or setup strike and give it a bunch of speed through its enhances.
Yeah.
And then we play giant bite detention, and then we do it again, and these all have +2 damage on them, and they're all very fast. That's the only pitch I have.
Okay.
Yeah, they're big and they're fast, right? That's all it is. And I like Blood Curdle, so I was trying to find a character who could play as close to 50 cards as possible and be able to find Blood Curdle as quickly as possible, because I think that card's really good right now. It's a good answer to like Momo, Kirishima, even Cementos a little bit, right? It like means you can't just start readying all your foundations against me.
Mm-hmm. Cringe, but okay.
And yeah, you know.
I hate that.
And then in the foundations, right, you get to play all the good order stuff like passing the torch, requesting assistance. Defrosting helps us get our enhance off, whether it is on our rivals cards or on our cards. Ice gliding does something similar as well. Heroic lineage, just good order stuff. And then class 1A president is for more and more damage as well. The goal is like, this is supposed, I imagine this is like an aggressive deck. I don't ever see myself living past turn 3.
Yeah. I'll dig it. I absolutely dig it. I'm gonna do some looking. Okay, so while I'm looking through what I've got going on in another thing, will you give me what's the goal here? What do you want from me? How am I doctoring your deck?
Mostly just like if I missed anything really, right? Like Electric Jolt was like a last minute addition. I think it was just like a necessary way for me to get a momentum if I didn't go for it on turn 2. The goal is to like accelerate the build. I guess if I missed anything, right, I did build this like literally 2 minutes ago. This was an idea that happened in a Discord where I was like, man, maybe I can play Giant Bite Detention Iida. So I guess I just want to get a second pair of eyes on it before I tried it out tomorrow at locals or Wednesday at locals. So
interesting. Okay, I don't hate it. I'm doing just a little bit of looking. Give me just.
Yeah, no rush. I'm down.
Looking at the stuff we quote unquote missed.
And then a lot of it is like, if you look at like the block mods and stuff, it's just because a lot of the stuff that I want to be playing is mid. So like, that's what I'm saying is I probably get like one good turn of blocking and then I have to kill them, right? Like that's about as good as I'm going to get. So.
Right. There's those, that. So I'm just doing a lot of looking.
You're totally good.
Doing some looking.
This is what I need right detentions for, by the way, Zach. I see you in chat. That is exactly what I needed them for.
What's up?
Zach in chat is in a group chat with me, and I said I needed XR Giant, and it was for exactly this deck.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about some of the stuff we get to do. So attack wise, because of how you're doing this, it's a 2-check, but Searing Glacial Storm, even if you discard a foundation card, we'll always get the +2/+2 from Iida. It's also a high for Giant Bite Detention, and it also says, although weaker for your indiscriminate shock, it does say that your speed pump is more effective. So, if you're down to like get rid of the electric jolts, which is a high block, right? Oh, I guess we have to keep that. There's the option of Searing Glacial Storm. Same thing with like Off Guard Punch. Off Guard Punch, once again, is another high that always gets the +2/+2. So this is a 4 high for 7 as a 4 div that says if it's not blocked, they discard a card. So like they have to block this, and then if they don't block this, they discard the card. Either way, your Giant Bite Detention hits even harder. And then lastly,
so I thought about.
Oh, go ahead.
I thought about Searing Glacial when I was doing it. If I was going to play Searing Glacial, I would probably want to go up to, this is going to sound really weird, but I want to go up to 57 cards because after I draw my opening hand, I really want to play Defrosting and Sticky Balls. That puts me at 4% to lose the game on turn 1. right? If I wanted to play 2 Searing Glacial Storms, and if I play 57 cards and I draw my opening hand, I'll have 2 of 50 cards if they're not in my hand, being the 2 check. And I really want to play those cards because I think they're pretty important to me, not dying and to killing people.
Some real nerdy shit you just said to me.
Yeah, I'm just telling you the numbers,
chance
man. That's how I.
game. Just don't.
That's
check
how
it,
I think.
Dweeb.
Just don't. Yeah, be good at the game, right? But
Yeah. What the fuck your math? Just play Searing Glacial. You Unga Bunga. They don't have stage. Yeah, I guess that's totally fair. That's totally fair. But like, you could just replace it with Off Guard Punch and do the same thing, right? As just an option, right? And then Grasping Taste Toss, the same thing. It's 2 mid for 7 that they have to block. But like, once again, that's not a high. What I'm nervous about, truthfully, is you're gonna draw 2 Indiscriminates and a Giant Bite Detention and hate yourself. That's what I'm nervous about, right? As your 7 Ancestors character, that might not happen. Probably won't happen, right? To the point where like I almost want to put like Indiscriminate down to 2 of, right? Because it's not the thing we're trying to do. We're trying to Giant Bite Detention, and this is the backup strat, right? Yeah. And then like you easily could like put the Jolt to a 4 and like poke on 1 turn, right? Like I build my 5, I poke Jolt, build, and then your deck is actually really good at surviving with Sticky Balls, Class 1 AF needed, Heroic Lineage, Defrosting, Ice Gliding, like all of the Iida, right? Like you just DR everything, and then you've got the Jolt to snipe down the things that hurt, and then you just try and pop off and strike, kick, bite late in your chains, you know?
Yeah.
And it also like gives you that extra high block, right? So now we just have to find some more lows, which we're not playing things like self-sacrifice at a 4 of, gotcha at the 4 of, right? There's options there. This has to stay as low as possible, this number.
I mean, yes, if we're gonna play Searing Glacial, I am willing to increase the amount of cards in the deck, like upwards of like 57 or 58.
It is totally your call, buddy. It is your call. Yeah. I'm just saying that this is an option, a very cool option for Iida.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Move, right? Yeah. It just like makes your thing happen.
In
your 50 card deck. Sorry, go make the decision about Searing.
Oh, we'll leave it at 51 for now and leave Searing out. Let's do that. Let's go ahead.
Love that. Yeah. Blood Curdle should be a 1 of, sideboard the other. You're playing a 50 card deck. You'll see it. You'll see it when you need it, right?
Yeah.
4% to lose the game sounds like 96 for the time you win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense to me. Now that's math. That's math I can get behind.
Look, you got to do the math. You got to do the math when you're playing your meme decks because you need to win at least a match with your meme deck, right? I don't do the math on my meta decks. It's only when the meme decks come out.
That does make sense to me, my guy. So that's put us down to 50. We lost a mid block. I think just sideboard the other Blood Curdles because there's some matches where like it's dead, right? But like hitting with a surprise Blood Curdle or even just the threat of Blood Curdle, like you check it on turn 1 and they go, fuck. I have to worry about Blood Curdle the rest of the game, right?
Sure.
Obviously, it's not going to affect Zach, but the other foundations we have is just dissolving. Dissolving's insane in Iida. So you block, you face tank 1, you block a 3rd, they go to play your 4th, you just kick it back to their hand, try play it again. 7 Ancestors characters should be playing all of this card so often. This card's literally Toru 2 on face. Sorry, Toru 2 is dissolving on face. God, sidebar, that character's gonna be so gross. I'm so excited to ruin everybody's day with that character.
That sounds really mean, Tam. I want to play some nice, honest My Hero Academia collectible card game.
I'm just gonna +3 speed every move and then have Dissolving the Conflict on my face. They'll never kill me.
They'll never do it.
Yeah. Shock Treatments is a damn good card. Classmate Introductions is really good on just pokes, but I don't know. Like maybe this card actually has some validity in our 50 card decks. 1 of Creepy Realization seems cool. Desperate Times, if we needed the high blocks, because like you've already got the good low blocks of self-sacrifice and then gotcha. It's possible that Desperate Times is just like a better thing than Bonds, right? Because we want to commit that amount as much as possible whenever they try to like play the game against us. And Bonds of Friendship just doesn't do anything. It's just like a flow card because it's the 6 check. I'm sure that's the reason you have it in here. It's a 6 check, 1 block.
Yeah, it's a 6 check. It was actually I didn't even consider the 6. I mean, I know it does check 6, but it was a 1 high. That was actually It was like the only thing I had that was a 1 high, I believe, because Jolt to 2 high. Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I have that's a 1 high. So
Yeah. So like if I'm down to keep it as just like a block card, but this card is one of those disruption cards that say that they don't kill you, as opposed to they have to, if they already have it, Bonds is better. If they're digging for it, Desperate Times is better, right?
Yeah.
So like there's the options.
Cool. Yeah.
If we were to, I guess with classmates, I guess defrosting is actually really sick because we get to give their move +2 speed and then -1 damage,
yeah.
and then -2 damage. That's kind of sick. Discard top card for -3 damage is kind of good. Why are we not playing this instead of 4?
Yeah. Literally, so a lot of the cards you have pulled off to the side, like Dissolving and Creepy and Desperate Times, they were all like in the deck, and like all the numbers were higher.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I actually want this to be as slim as possible. Like I want to get down and find the cards I'm looking for, because I didn't feel like I was going to survive. Because the goal isn't really like survival, right? The goal was do funny haha thing with Giant Bite Detention on turn 3.
Yeah.
And then probably die after we do haha funny thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then why not? I mean, we just take. I mean, we take defrosting, push it up, take sticky balls, drop it down. Like the sticky balls is a I'm a survive card, and this is also I'm a survive card and I'm a kill you card. Right?
Yeah, so it works out.
It's +2/+1 damage.
Yeah.
Or we're minus or +3 with our character, +4 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. It also you get to do some like funny things where you like, if you can do the math, like, okay, you're gonna call me a nerd for talking about math again.
Go for it.
But if you can do the math on what they can actually block with, like if they have a 1 or a 2 mod, you can start doing things like Iida, give it 4 speed, and then start just reducing the speed, even if, because it'll still be double. A lot of our attacks 4 speed is like 1 over double, right?
Right.
Setup Strike is 3, Jolt is 3, Giant Bite is 3, Indiscriminate Shock is 3. The only one that doesn't actually get to do that is High Engine, but on face High Engine gives itself speed as well. So.
Right. Yeah, and more cycle draw, which is important.
Yeah.
We should take passing and bring it down to a 2 of, and calling for backup should be a 4.
Okay, I thought I had calling it 4 when I first submitted this, but I guess I made a change at the last second.
Yeah. Cool. And the only reason for the people at home is this card commits for its ability, and this card flips. And if we are only ever getting to turn 3, then we want to have the ready resources to be aggressive.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, this is we play this on turn 2 and they attack us, and our first enhance is just passing the torch to pick a card up. And like, so honestly, for like a different review, right? I want to draw a foundation off the top so that I don't draw a foundation on my draw step, so I review the foundation or block with it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't ever happen on our turn unless we're like desperate.
Yeah, actually, I will say like most of this too made me realize that I actually might want to mess with Iida too in a more serious manner. I sent this one to you because like I thought it would be fun, right? You could farm me for some content and with my fun Giant Bite Detention deck, but then I started actually looking at it and I was like, this character seems kind of good because he finds Blood Curdle super well. He's like the order character. Probably finds
beat
it
the
best,
brakes
right?
off me with Iida too on stream. Like
yeah, if it was like the damage reduction one he said.
Yeah. And the deck was super cool. If I didn't have like a list of like 10 characters that I was really enjoying playing and like was putting time into, I would give Iida 2 a shot, at least at like provisional-esque type thing. Yeah,
for sure. I was on you and I talked at what event was that? Gen Con. We were at like Waffle House, right, at like midnight, and I was talking about playing Iida 1, and I was like how good he would feel, and I was like, we talked about maybe being 7 hand size and stuff. I just want to play an order 7 hand size character. I know I like my 5-handers, right? I played 4th kind a bunch and all that, but like I want to be able to find the cool ones, and sometimes you don't get to do that when you only draw 5 cards.
True. That's why I play 5-handers that become 10-handers.
Yeah, that's why you were trying to sell me on Cementos.
Yeah, he's so good, man. He's so good.
Yeah.
Anywho,
so
sorry, I keep gushing about that character because I just enjoy him.
Oh, you're totally cool. I'm down to gush about anything you want, Tam. We don't have all night. You have a new request, but you
certainly do. Man, for doing what you want to do, the only thing that I could say is like replace Bonds of Friendship with Desperate Times as like a disruptive card as opposed to like a defensive card. Like we want their foundations to be as committed as possible on turn 2 if they're trying to dig to try and kill you because you're trying to kill them back, right? Like if they try to race you, Desperate Times is just a better card than what Bonds of Friendship's got going on.
Yeah, so originally, like when I was actually working on this, there were no ice glidings and Desperate Times was in the deck, and then there were no requesting assistance, and there was The plus ultra pack card with the creepy looking Sato on it, flip to make them check against the 6.
High school dropouts or whatever.
Yeah.
Final exam.
Final exam failures. Yeah. So originally, like the goal was like, okay, I will be able to commit you out with like my board, and then I'll have so much speed that even having so much speed on turn 2 and 3 means like having 3 committed foundations, just you're not blocking it, right? Like you just can't block anymore.
Right.
So yeah, originally like there was no ice gliding, there was no requesting assistance. It was just final exam failures and desperate times in those 2 spots. So.
Why ice gliding? Just for commit -2 speed or the +1 speed?
I thought it was like funny with defrosting and ice gliding. If you needed to give your rivals attack speed for some reason, like you could give it +1 speed. If you like thought they were playing a second one and you could face tank the first one, right? They play a reciprocal extend that you're just going to take for 4. So you're looking at classmate introductions, I see.
This gives their move +1 speed if we wanted to.
Yeah. And then I guess they also thought was that like on our turn, if I don't want to use it on the first one and they do block the first one or block the second one, I can do it later in a string. That was the only other consideration over classmate introductions.
Yeah, but classmate says that like if they opt to not block, right? Like my it was like a 4 high. Actually, classmate and defrosting says that we trigger on half of our moves.
Yeah, on everything but high engine kick again.
Yeah, and it without the commit cost. And then proceeds to say that like it also gets the 1 damage, and proceeds to say that like later on it also gets the bonus speed. Maybe this actually should be the 3 of instead of the ice gliding if we're just trying to kill them as opposed to play defense.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's look at our difficulties. 21 to 23 of our foundations are spans. We can afford 3.
Yeah.
I actually am excited for this.
Cool.
I think you open double classmate introductions, and I think you actually just kill them.
That's pretty sick, yeah.
Yeah, they can't block anything, right?
Yeah.
They just can't block. They certainly can't block like the first 2 moves, right? And it says you don't feel bad like putting +6 speed on the first move, right? You open with indiscriminate shock, and it's a 9 low, and you look at them and be like, sorry about it. Yeah, so sorry. It gets the +2 damage from classmates. +2 damage from Iida, plus the 1 damage from the stun, plus whatever they committed out in their last or whatever. Whew.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. See, this is pretty much exactly what I was looking for, right? I wanted to have Iida live on every attack that I played, essentially, and like you do that pretty easily with this setup, and then classmate just helps with that. So.
Yeah. Cool. I
funny.
dig this. I almost. I almost want to play a 4th one. I don't know, that's crazy, but like just seeing one of this, 1 defrosting, 1 classmate, actually like just turns us on so much, makes us so horny. But I don't know what to cut.
It's tough, right? Because we're trying to stay as low to 50 as possible because we need to build like 5 on turn 1, and then on turn 2. That's the reason I was like juggling with requesting assistance, was like, do I just want to build for 2 turns and then have turn 3 like be the turn, and that way means I'll never have momentum for requesting assistance, right? Like it just won't. If the goal is to be turn 3, like requesting assistance becomes 2 desperate times in the 4th classmate introduction potentially.
I mean, I know what I want to cut for this, but you're gonna tell me no.
All right, what is it? I'm down. Yeah, nah, yeah, we're gonna keep. Look, someone's got to hold the blood curdle flag high, and it's going to be me, Tam.
I get it. I think this is just the right answer. Is it that plus ultra? And I think actually it's probably plus ultra, right? Like plus ultra is only really live on turn 4, right? So like what's like the perfect setup, right? Like we play our turn 1, we build out 5, they play whatever, we don't care. We play jolt into build 4, hold 2, and then like have a passing up, and with like defrosting and classmates, because classmates defrosting says that we get to -3 speed them, right?
Yeah.
Because we get to, man, classmates is actually so sick in this deck. Actually,
I'm glad you can talk about it without triggering any PTSD, Tam.
So this is where it's at. I wouldn't have thought about it if I didn't lose the Stone Man, right? Every
for sure, yeah.
Every battle is a stepping stone, right? Like,
awesome.
If Stone Man didn't absolutely ream me a new asshole, I would not have thought about class speed introduction increasing their speed and then minusing damage with Iida. Not a thing.
Yeah. So yeah, and then yeah, it works out right because like one of the things about the 7-hand size order characters is they can never beat a 0 gravity lift or a throw in general, and so Iida is like the best answer, not just dying to like. I know they've fallen out of favor a little bit, but man, it's tough to survive as a 7-hand size order character if you think you're going to play against any amount of throws. So that was also like why it was Iida specifically as well.
This is also a turn 2 deck, and this is the only piece of momentum out that we have. Literally none of your attacks say the word momentum on them. Let's just cut it, man. Just don't take momentum. You get to take Electric Jolt, and I guess you got Setup Strike. You got Electric Jolt, you got Setup Strike. You don't need this. We're gonna put 4 class speed introductions in, and you're gonna go win your locals with class speed introductions, and I'm gonna mold. I'm in for it.
Awesome.
I'm here.
I'm down. Yeah, this is sick. All right,
50 card deck. We get to keep the thing. It's also got a two mid block, and so you get to block whatever you need or whatever. And if you don't like this card, you just yeet it with Iida. You know.
Yeah. This is sick.
Actually build build 3 of these on turn 1, and you get to trigger Iida on every attack. You can plus 3 speed on everything.
Yeah, it's just plus 3 speed on everything. Yeah.
Yeah, plus 3, plus 2 because you played a bad card.
I'm down, dude. The first one's plus 3, plus 3. Hell yeah.
Plus 3, plus 5.
3 plus 5.
He gets 2 from Iida.
2. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Unless the first one was high engine kick, in which case you only need 2 of these to make that happen.
Yeah, that's sick. All right, we're just gonna bop some people. I told you I was down to clown. I told you literally what I was submitting was down to clown. It was to play 50 card Iida too. So
that's tight. This is cool. I think like this is crazy. This is such a really this is like the definition of like an intermediate deck, right? Like the idea of like beginner decks are like let's play a bunch of commons and play a bunch of interesting things. If you like handed this to somebody who knew the mechanics of the game and be like, yo, this is the goal, this is how you want to play this deck, I think it's really good. And then you can like give them something like, I'll use your example, like Fourth Kind is like, here's an advanced deck, here's something to like you actually have to like really think about every decision. But this is just like, hey, you know how to play the system, just go eat ass, you know,
go wild. Yeah, cool. That was fun. Yeah.
Anything you vehemently disagree with?
Nah, not really. I mean, playing 2 indiscriminate shocks makes me sad, but I do understand why we did that. But it might just because I own the fancy XR versions, right? The really nice shiny ones, and I just want to see that one. But you know, that's my vanity speaking. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have any XR ones, so I was just like, if I don't get to play with them.
If I don't get them, then no one gets them. That's totally fair. Yeah. Cool.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you have a third one if we cut Blood Curdle.
Nah, that's fine. We can just keep 2. I want to play my my Blood Curdle.
Then we'll get you out of here.
Blood Curdle was also a threat to you, Tam, by the way, because it's Midoriya getting just bodied by Stain, and this deck profile was a threat to you as a content creator, right? This was actually me sending a message. So, yeah.
What was that message?
I'm coming for you, Tam. That's all it is. That's all it is.
All right. Well.
Friendly competition.
I've got to say scoreboard. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, scoreboard. Yeah. You know, I'm working at it. I'm working on it.
You're doing a good job.
So,
you're doing a good job.
I'm just messing with you.
High ties, man. All right. Let me shoot you the list. Thank you for the support. We'll catch you next time, okay?
Awesome. Thanks, man.
All right. Peace.